Ciao Juventini of the world. I hope you are doing well. Sunday night. Let's see if it's working. If you hear me well. Looks like yes. That's okay. So we always have to check the sound and the video. Michael was saying no sound and no video. Yes, I always wait a bit to be sure that there is no delay because that would be crazy. So it's Sunday night, guys. Thank you for being here. Suspected Crab is here. Michael Sad is here. Muslim Davide, Blue is here. So we have a few people already in the chat. Thank you, guys. Thank you because I know it's late. Look at Sapto is saying good sound, good video now. Sanket, my friend, ciao, buddy. I hope it's not too late because I was trying to look at all the different time zones. Guys, it's really difficult. Sometimes it's difficult also for me to know what time I do it. Normally, the Sunday night, I always start 30 minutes before. Now I had something to do. I went to the restaurant with my wife. She deserved it also. We went to a Belgian restaurant to eat some mussels with fries. Super good. So I delayed 30 minutes and here we are. We have a lot to talk about tonight, guys. 5:30 in Canada. I will show you what we will try to talk about today. So we have the Serie A for sure. We will talk about Serie A with the how Juventus did. I did a video about the rating, so if you want to ask me the ratings that I put for a particular player, let me know. I can explain a bit more because when I do a video, even if it was a long video of 30 minutes, I try to condense. So if you don't agree about the ratings I gave and so on, let me know so that we can discuss a bit more about that. If you want, we can talk about the jersey. We have the Mercato, guys. That's really always good to check what we can do. We have Juve LYON, the most important game of the season this Friday. So we enter in the week. We will enter in the week where it will be the big game, and then we finish with season 2021. Michael was asking me on the group of Telegram. So people, if you want to join, we have a Telegram group. I believe it's in the description. You can join us. You can ask the topics we have to talk about. So join on Telegram also, but we will go through the season 2021, the team that is starting to have a shape, and what we can do to avoid conceding 43 goals, because that's a lot. So that's what I want to talk about. The Sunday night, for the people that just joined for the first time, it's a free. We start with the topic, we go to another one. I try to answer the questions from the chat. That's the Sunday night. I want to finish my week talking about Juve. That's the most important one. Why? Because talking about Juve on Sunday, we always go a bit later than midnight. That means that we start also the week with Juventus. So it's a 24 hours Juventus in my mind. We end and we start the week with Juventus. If you cut my veins, they are black and white, because I love Juventus too much. Just one thing for people that are joining, please don't spam. I try to read. I know there are a lot of messages, so I try to select the ones that I see. It's not always easy because I try to look at the camera so that we have a contact, at least that you see that I'm watching you, and I try to follow the chat also. Please don't spam. If there is some too much spam, then I will try to put the user in timeout. So that means for 5 minutes you are not able to spam anymore. So that being said, let's start. Saying hello to the people that join. In the meanwhile, we have Mo, ciao Mo. We have 3F Sad 666. Daniel is there. Mr. Balosh, Lester, Niket is there. Philip from Calabria. Look at that. Ojo, Joseph, Daniel. I already said. Philip again. Yeah. 2 times. Sapto is here. So we have a lot of people. So I'm really happy that you're there with me, guys. If it's the first time, as I always say, ciao Juventini of the world, like and subscribe if you love the channel, if you love Juve. That's really important. So here we are. I have a question. I have a question from Gennaro. Gennaro is asking if I was able to fix my sofa. Guys, I will be really honest with you. Ronaldo scored a goal. I believe it was like 2 weeks ago. Scored a goal. I jumped really high. I broke my sofa. I made a video about that, and I fixed it, putting books under it because the sofa is broken. So I put a lot of books under it to have stability. Since, and I know I'm a really bad man because I didn't fix it. I had to go to the shop to buy some wood and to make it again under. I didn't. So the sofa is actually, we can use it, but it's still broken. I did a lot of things in 2 weeks, but I didn't go to the shop to buy it. Ciao, Felix. Happy that you are here. Ciao, Ste. Look at that. Ste is in holiday, but he's here to follow us at 23:30. That's great. That's great. Um, Philip is already shooting, and we have RB Combs, who is also there. Philip is shooting with Chesney, Sandro, Bonucci, Delict, Quadrado. So for Philip, there is no change in the defensive line. Then we have Artur, Jorginho, Bentancur, Kulusevski, Dybala, Ronaldo. Can be a great option, absolutely yes, with limited expenses. We will talk about Mercato later, but with really limited expenses, yes. In that team, I still see some problems, but absolutely, it's not a bad team. Absolutely not. Philip is saying, "Rest in peace, Giuseppe Sofa." It is. It is. What future for Perin? Let's start. I know you want to be, you want to talk about Mercato, huh? But we will get there. But Perini will not stay at Juventus. That's a fact. I It will come from, luckily, if I'm not wrong, Genoa is saved, so they will remain in Serie A. That means that having them in Serie A, maybe we can extend the loan of Perin to Genoa. Can be. If they were relegated, that would have been a bigger problem for Juventus, because then for sure he cannot stay in a second division. He would come back to Juve. Now let's see, because we know that he has a particular link with Genoa, so probably he will be extended. That's what I think. Unfortunately, it's a player that it's quite difficult to sell. Again, mistake from Juve. We gave him too much salary because we were thinking that he would have been our second goalkeeper and maybe one day become number one. He failed at Juve, so it's quite difficult. So that's hard. So let's start speaking about Juve. Serie A. We will go quickly through it. So just to tell you, Juventus is champion of Italy, and then we have our good friends Inter that are second at 1 point. And this is a polemic, guys, that I want to stop immediately. Why? Because a lot of people are saying, yeah, Giuseppe, Juventus is first, but they are 1 point, just 1 point ahead of Inter. Guys, we have to stop with those legends, because Juventus, they stopped playing after the win versus Sampdoria 2-1 when we were champion of Italy. At that particular moment, it was 7 points difference with Inter. Inter, they really had to fight to become second, because we know that for Antonio Conte, and we will talk about him, but that was super important to finish second. So they had an objective. Juventus had no objective anymore. Inter is in a Europa League. They will go fighting versus Getafe. We will play versus Lyon in Champions League. So, guys, it's a big difference between Europa League and Champions League. So it makes sense that Juventus disconnected mentally. So for me, the 1 point difference, it's a polemic that doesn't exist. I don't know for you what you think, guys, but for me, it makes no sense to discuss too much about that. Is it the worst team or Juve team that we have that I've seen in a while? To be honest, we have to split it, guys. I always say we have to split it. Look, Mr. Baloch is saying exactly the same, so probably he's doing a copy paste. But ciao, I love football, Caden from Malta. But and ciao Dan also, I believe after lockdown, yes, for sure, the we have a record, a statistic that is saying that the we conceded the most goals, so 43, and the winner of Serie A it was since 1958 that the winner of Serie A conceded that much goals. Since 1958, I was not born, and a lot of you in the chat were not even born at that time. So it's my parents are born in 61. So since 58, no winner of Serie A conceded more goals, guys. This is a disaster. This is a disaster, and no creativity in the front and so on. So we have to split it in two. After the lockdown, you really saw a collapse of Juve. Physically not there, mentally not there, injury prone players, players that were couldn't run, players that forget about the way that they had to play, uh, blackouts a lot of time, Milan, Sassuolo, uh, difficult. Juve really difficult. Atalanta, even the last game, Roma. So it was really, really difficult for Juve after the lockdown. I believe that now that the Serie A is over, that we won, the players will be mentally, they will breathe a bit and they will rise again. I know it's really short time, 6 days, to recuperate for them mentally and to be ready, but yeah, playing every 3 days with the temperature in Italy, everything was really difficult. Huh? Has it been the worst Juve of the last year? It can be, probably, yes. Why? Because we changed a lot. Don't forget that. We started with the Mercato. I made a video. I don't know if you were able to see it, but I explained 1 year of Juve from Allegri to Sarri, and I was explaining why we got there. But we started with the Sarri that had a sickness, pneumonia, I believe. If I'm not wrong, he was sick. He was not able to train the player how he wanted for the first year, so that makes it really, really difficult. Then he started Serie A, and we started to see the team grow versus the lockdown. So probably he was also he planned his physical condition towards the end of the season to be optimal, and that's the moment where we stopped. So yeah, bad. A lot of things to change. Absolutely, yes. Atalanta third, 78 point. What a beautiful Serie A. I'm really sad that the guys lost versus Inter in the last game. Would have been wonderful to see the Nerazzurri, but the Nerazzurri that the people like. So Atalanta to finish second. It's a pity. And Lazio fourth at the end, 78 point, the same. That was our biggest contender. Ciao, Grandpa Joe. Ciao, Sad. Ciao to everyone that are joining. But we were speaking a bit about the ranking, about the Inter that is complaining, Conte that is attacking the property, the owners of Inter. Probably it will be his last season with Inter. But we know it's usual. Conte is always like that. From the moment he starts feeling that he's losing or that he doesn't get right what he wants, he start to complain. He start to make a drama. We are used to that, and I will be honest with you. When he started to have that behaviors at Juve, I started to dislike him because I don't contest and I don't speak bad about his quality as a trainer, but from the moment he's not okay, he start to complain too much. I don't like that. I really, really, really don't like that. That's not the way I like it. So that's for content, and in Atalanta Lazio for they were our biggest contender. They had even a worse post lockdown than Juve. Juve did 20 points after the lockdown. The best team was Milan, I believe 30 points after the lockdown, and I believe that Lazio did 18 or something like that. So really, really bad. Really bad for Lazio. And then we have the other ones, Roma in UEFA or Europa League with Milan, sixth and seventh Napoli. What a disaster season for Napoli, guys. Huh? What a disaster season. So from Ancelotti, that was not good enough anymore. And then they go to Gattuso. They started to play a bit better. They won the Coppa Italia versus Juve, and then they finished seven. Are those guys happy, guys? Because we are complaining about a team that is first in Serie A for the ninth time consecutively. Those guys, imagine you are a supporter of Napoli, of Milan, of Inter. Those guys should be depressed, not we. And we are arguing about the way that we play, and we all saw that for sure that we were not playing well because we are perfectionists. We want to be, even better, but Imagine those guys. And Mo is saying something really, really right. No way Inter can fire Conte. They are still paying Spalletti's salary. We know that Conte, if I'm not wrong, is winning something like 11 million euro. It's the most paid coach in Italy. That's something really crazy. So that will make it really, really, really difficult for them to get rid of Conte. Now, Inter has money. Sunning has money. Let's see what they will do there, but it's true. Niket is saying Conte is starting to turn into a joke, which is that sad. It's not now, guys. Conte has always been like that. I follow Juve since 30, more than 30 years. Conte has always been like that. From the moment he feel danger, it is what it is. Guys, I want to say something. Something I was reading from Di Canio, and I will tell you something because we speak a lot about Messi at Inter, even El Chiringuito television in Spain, sport television. Those guys were announcing Ronaldo at Juve. They took back the title of Marca that was saying Juve va en serio a por Cristiano. Juve is going seriously for Cristiano. El Chiringuito took the same title. They were saying Inter va en serio a por Messi, because I really believe that Messi can go to Inter this year or next year. I was smiling and laughing because I saw something from Di Canio, who was saying actually that Conte doesn't want Messi at Inter. You know why, guys? Not because Messi would not fit his play style or whatever, whatever. You know what? It's because Conte would be jealous because uh, Conte loves that he is the best. That it's thanks to him. It's because Conte was the best trainer because of his motivation and so on and so on. And now, if Messi would be there and they would win, they would say it's thanks to Messi and not thanks to Conte. So it was quite funny by Di Canio. Di Canio is an ex Juventus player. He played also at West Ham and so on. Who was saying that about Conte? They know each other, so that makes me really laugh. Who is the MVP of the season? I finished the rankings. I will not go through all of them. We spoke about all the seven first teams, and then we go to the teams that we will not see next season. There are Lecce, Brescia, and Spal. With Brescia that will not be in Serie A anymore. Tonali, Balotelli, all those players will be sold. Tonali is really close to Inter for 35 million. They say they even said that he would be tomorrow, Monday, in Milan. So let's see what will happen there. Balotelli, I don't know where he will go. I don't care. Some people were saying to Como. Can you imagine a player? What a fall from a player like Balotelli. So guys, do whatever you want with your private life. This is not my problem because it's private. But just do one thing: not be, try to be, or try to not be Balotelli. I will say it like that because that's a problem. Ciao, Rad. I hope you are doing well, my friend. So those teams. Okay, so we talk about Serie A, about the ratings, because I told you also, guys, that I wanted to give some clarification about the ratings. I made a video about it. Some of you saw the video, some didn't saw the video, didn't see the video. So the ratings, I can go through it, through some, not all of them. But I had a question about, if I'm not wrong, what rating I gave to Rugani, and then who is the MVP for this season, La Joya Dybala. So I gave also the awards in the video. Starting with Rugani, I gave Rugani a 4, I believe. Yeah, worst playing of a player of the season for Rugani, and I will tell you why, guys. Because it's true, he didn't play that many games, and a lot of players or people would say no, but I prefer that you give the worst player to Bernardeschi or Khedira because Khedira played more games than him. I gave him the worst title of the season, worst player of the season of Juve. Why? And I speak only about Serie A, guys. Why? Because these guys, he came from Empoli as the future defender of Juventus. At Empoli, he played 38 games on 38, a full season, full, without any without any yellow card. what a defender. And he was scoring goals from corner kicks and so on and set pieces. He was really, really good. I will try to answer that question also, Michael. But so, when you have a player like that he can't play because you have Chiellini, Bonucci, Barzagli. Okay, it's difficult to integrate those legends of the defense. It's really difficult. When Barzagli go away, you should be the third. But then what's happening? De Ligt comes and Rugani finish and fourth. Demiral, and Rugani finished fifth. He had not a lot of chances to play during the season, but after lockdown, we saw him a lot. And that was the moment when Rugani had to show that he deserved to be a starter in another Serie A team. Guys, that a team that was watching Rugani said, okay, I will put some money on the table to buy him because he had no chance to play with players like Chiellini, Bonucci, De Ligt, Demiral, but he's still a really valid player. And he did totally the opposite. So this is for me a real big problem. This is unacceptable. And that's why I gave him a 4, worst player of the season. And I will answer immediately before I forget to Michael. What do you think would be a good destination for Rogani? Roma. Roma has a lot of pressures, and guys, as a team, it's not easy to play for Roma because they are really passionate. They kill you if you miss a game. They make you a holy or a saint if you are playing one game well. So they live the football day by day. They don't see the 360 degree, and I believe emotionally, teams like Napoli or Roma are a bit, maybe a bit, if we speak about personality, a bit too much for him in terms of being fit. Now, if you speak only about the team, yes, that could be a really good match, but we have a problem with Roma. Why will Rugani not go to Roma? I will explain. It's quite easy. It's not really expensive. We can change him with Zaniolo with a lot of money for Roma. The problem is not really that. The problem is that uh, Roma has financial problems, so they want only cash or a player, but then another player. I will explain you why. Because Rugani is taking 3.5 million a year. So 3.5 million for Roma is a really high standard salary. I believe there are only 2 or 3 players that earn more than 3.5 million at Roma. So that would mean that he's a bit how can I say, not the Cristiano Ronaldo of Roma, because the Cristiano Ronaldo, I believe, it's Zeko in terms of salary, but who can I say? Dybala, because Dybala is the third or fourth players that earns the most at Juve with 7.5 million. It should be, if you compare Rugani with his salary would be the Dybala of Roma, and that's a problem. They have financial problems, so they will not invest in him. What I'm scared about, and I will tell you immediately, and that's why I didn't buy his shirt immediately, because I bought the shirt of Dybala, the new shirt. I'm waiting that Juventus make sure that they send it to me because I'm starting to be impatient. But Demiral, I'm scared about Demiral because Demiral has only 2 million euro, if I believe, 1.8 million salary. Really great defender. That can be someone that we change with Roma for Zaniolo, paying even more because Demiral will probably have a value of 35, 40 million euro, while Zaniolo is around 60 or 70 million. So that can happen. I'm not 100% sure that Demiral will stay. I hope so. I really hope so, but I'm really scared. So that was about some ratings about Rugani and why, for me, he cannot go to Roma. Then we have the MVP of the season. I said it, and it is for me, Dybala. I gave a 8 to De Ligt, but a 7.5 for Dybala. But at the end, I gave Dybala the title of MVP. Absolutely, yes. We need him back with CR7 to beat Lyon. That's the next topic. Ciao Z from Lebanon. I'm really happy that you are there in the chat. But why am I giving him the MVP? Is because the guy, he was on fire. He started with a difficult season, to be honest, because he was about to leave to Tottenham and other teams. PSG were interested and so on with Dybala. At the end, he stayed. He did everything to stay. He was not captain anymore, unfortunately. But he did really well. Huh? Dybala, he was helping us a lot. He find also a way to play with Cristiano Ronaldo, that they were forming the Dibaldo, as we said. No, for me, Dybala played really, really well this season. Scored a lot of goals again, found again his position. And with Mr. Balos, I was also hesitating with the Ligt. The Ligt is for me the second, together with Ronaldo. For me, the top five is quite easy, and I know the fifth one, it will be um, controversial. Some people will agree, some not, but I will give Dybala, Ronaldo, De Ligt, Bentancur, and then I would even put Quadrado as a fifth. He didn't play at the level of the other one. There was a big gap between them, but Quadrado didn't do a really bad season. That's for me, what I believe, because he was also flexible to play in the front, in the back. He's not able to cross. We know that he's not the best in defending. He's not the best in attacking. But at least he was always there, played every game, and I never gave a four, for example, to Quadrado. So that's what I believe. Um, Suspected Krabby saying, I would bet $1,000 that Demiral stay, and I'm not a gambling person. I hope so. You know what can save Demiral, for what I believe, guys, is that Chiellini is absolutely not fit anymore. And when we thought that he was back, he injured himself again. De Ligt has to do a surgery for his shoulder. So that means that he will miss the start of the next season, because in the summer he will do it, I believe, immediately to recuperate as fast as possible. So that means that Demiral can be saved, because then we have Bonucci, and I don't believe that some of you guys, you want to see again the Bonucci Rugani duo. Nobody wants to see that anymore. Otherwise, we will start to have some nightmares. But that can save the Real. I hope so. Really, 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 really. Dybala has shown his loyalty to Juve and to Rihanna too. I'm trying to understand which one, Rihanna. Is it the girlfriend or Rihanna? Let me know if it's a girlfriend or not. Why are we not playing Chiellini? Chiellini is injured, chicken. He's injured. Point. He came back just pre-lockdown, and then he was injured again, because he played at the end. He played 45 minutes in a game. I don't remember what game by heart. He played a game and he asked himself to be sub because it was too early. Ciao, Mamadou. I like sports. Me too. I'm fine with Juventus for life. Thank you, Mamadou. We all are. And you are lucky. You are lucky today, because a lot of us, we are speaking bad and blah 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 about Juve, and we are not playing beautiful, and it's the ugliest team ever, guys. 9 years in a row. So if you are born in 2011, if you were born in 2011, it means that the first Scudetto, you were not even able to walk. Today you are 9 years old. You go to already a higher school. You can read. You can talk. You can do whatever you want. You play PlayStation, and you always saw Juventus as a winner. You never saw another team. So imagine the childhood of all those millions of people that lived in a family of Inter fans or whatever. Those guys are really sad, huh? According to me, they are really sad, those kids. So I believe we don't talk to not good enough about Juve, about those kind of things. And that's a big question, because before I go to Barry, because I want to answer Barry's question also. Before we go there, I want to answer who will be our future capitano. I want to first start with one thing that Chiellini did yesterday. I don't know if you saw the ceremony of the awards when we gave the trophy. That was amazing because at a certain moment, Chiellini, who is the official captain, he has the right to lift the cup. He's also the only player of Juve to win all the nine consecutively. So well done, Chiellini. But what he did yesterday, he talked to Bonucci. He said, "Come here, Bonucci," and together they took the cup and they lifted it 50-50-50%. Amazing for me. Beautiful gesture from him. Before speaking about that, Kumbula can be. I know we stopped the discussions with Verona. Let's see, it's a good one, but not as a starter. Huh? And to talk about the future captain, we still have Bonucci, guys, in the team, and until he's there, he will be the captain, and Bonucci will not leave. So it is Bonucci until that the moment that Chiellini will come back. But don't count too much on Chiellini even next season, guys. For me, Chiellini, I love him. It's the captain. I love him, but for me, it's a bit over Chiellini, and it makes sense, huh? But it's over. So Bonucci at the moment. Then who? If it's not Bonucci, then you have for me two players that we have to take into consideration. One is Dybala, the other one for me, but that's only me. I would even give it to De Ligt. The difference with Dybala and De Ligt is I love Dybala as a player. I really love him as a player, but I don't know if he will be a great captain. Dybala is for me my little baby. You look at his beautiful face. It's nice. It's beautiful. It's polite. I don't know if he has the strength and the power to be captain and be respected by everyone in the locker room. Then when he talks, all the people listen. I don't know, guys. That's for me, Dybala is someone who he's a good vice captain. He's a super player, probably the strongest one in the team, together with Ronaldo. But I don't see him really as a captain. Also, because I always preferred captains, defenders. Why? Because they really see the game at 360 degree, while a striker is really focused on his game more than on everything. Not a lot of strikers were really good captains. We have Del Piero that did, but. But it is. And Niket is asking, is it true that Dybala didn't want the 10? Yes, it's true. He didn't want the 10, and Pogba didn't want the 10 at the time. But what happened is Del Piero left. There was one season with nobody taking the 10 at Juve. And the 10 is in football the most marketable shirt. If you want to sell, the 10 is still iconic. You have the 7 of Ronaldo, but that's really to a player. But normally the 10 is the favorite of generation of players. So it's true that Pogba, they wanted to give it to Pogba because Pogba was the rising star at the moment, and he didn't really want to because his the favorite number is number 6, and you saw when he went to Manchester United, he took the 6 back. Uh, he didn't want to, but he had to. And when he left, they did the same with Dybala. He was in love with the 21 that he also has in the Argentinian team. He continued to take the 21 there. He really loved it. And he didn't want to. Then, for sure, from the moment that he had the 10 on him, he grew with the number 10. Now, I believe he really loves the number 10, but it was not really his first choice. I also agree with Alex, who's saying that he's really too emotional. You remember when it was not okay with his girlfriend, the first one, Antonella, I believe. He was more mentally down. At the moment, he's living the perfect love with Oriana, but I believe if something happened there, we can lose maybe Dybala again. So private life is always important in life. And why I'm thinking that De Ligt can be the future defender is the guy. He was already captain of Ajax. What a beast! presence, how he's doing this season in Serie A for the first time. He's smart. He's learning the language. He speaks already really well Italian. It's a guy that if you see, and I don't know if you saw on YouTube when they were doing the party with Ajax when they won the title, how he motivated 100,000 of people that were doing the party in the city in Amsterdam. The guy is a future captain. I hope from Juventus. The only thing that I'm doubting is that from next year, the league has a clause that means that the team that comes with 150 million next year, 150 million can buy the league if he agrees for sure. So that's dangerous. Huh? That's really dangerous because if Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG, whatever comes and they say we have 150 euro for the league, he's able to say yes and nobody can do nothing about it. So I hope that we can extend the contract taking away that clause, because that would be a drama. For me, Demiral as captain, I don't know, guys. Let Demiral. Oh, I want to speak about Demiral. For the people that didn't follow the channel the last days. But my opinion about Demiral is I love Demiral, and I will buy his shirt because I'm impressed by the guys. I love him, his passion, the tackle that he did versus Roma and so on. So top player, and I hope that one day we can see Demiral and De Ligt at the center backs. But Demiral played only 8 games this season. How many players played well one season and then disappeared? So give the time, give the guy some time to do some mistakes, to grow. First step is doing a full season, and I will be honest with you, I'm not even sure that it will be next season that we will see that, because I'm sure that next season we will start again with Bonucci and probably Chiellini or Demiral to start. But from the moment that De Ligt is there again, it will be De Ligt and Chiellini. That's and Bonucci. Sorry, De Ligt, Bonucci. Until that Demiral has the experience to play and to learn to De Ligt together, to play together, to be our defender for the next 10 years. And we had a nice comment, and I want also to say thank you to Kuyate, who's saying Giuseppe does an incredible job every day for us and for our beloved Juventus. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Kuyate. I try to do the best. From now, I'm on holiday, guys. Huh? So it can be that from a moment or another, I stop doing videos for a few days, or at least a bit lower, because I'm with my wife. My son maybe will go to the sea, paying attention, because we don't go in another country, because due to the coronavirus, we were really scared to book some holidays. So it will be quite depressing, but I will try to do some things with them, waking up in the morning deciding to do something. So it's possible that certain moment I will not do. For sure I will be there for Champions League, hopefully for 4 games until the final that we will try to win. But yeah, I'm in holiday. But thank you, Kuyate, for the nice compliment. Thank you, Fateh. Then we have you seen the leaked photos of the second and third kids? Any opinions? Yes. Thank you, some guy, because I wanted, and this was my next topic. So well done. You see, I already prepared it. The jerseys. Talking about the first one, look at that. My friend Bishwarup is saying it's 4 a.m. and I'm still watching. Guys, you are crazy. In India, you are crazy, guys. You stay up so late. Look at that. It's 10 over midnight my time. It's 4 a.m. there. And we started 40 minutes ago, and the chat is starting to grow. One day, you know what I will do one day? If we win the Champions League, if we win the Champions League, guys, I will do a live. I start after the Champions League, after doing the party. I start and I will do it until the sun rise up again. I will do a 6 or a 7 hour, maybe a 12 hour. I don't care. 12 hours live, all night long. I don't care. I do it. Why? Because then we can try to have as much as possible time zone covered. India, America, North America, South America, Europe, Africa, everyone, Asia. because we have also people there. So I would do crazy things there. But I will talk about the jersey. I'm not forgetting. But first, I want to say thank you to Sanket. Again, uh, I said it multiple times to Sanket. You don't have to give me money. I try to live to read all the comments, and we are a lot. But I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it for the channel. It's true. I bought a microphone, a camera. I do it by passion. Passion leads me. I do it because I love Juve, because I love the guys here in the chat. I try to answer as many comments as possible in the chat. I take a moment of my day, especially with that, because I love talking with you. And what is paying me for all the efforts are you guys, because you are, again, wonderful with the comments, with watching the videos. I believe the last time I checked, we were 1,268, something like that. It's really nice, but thank you. And to answer your question, because that's a question, so I will it's highlighted. De Ligt plus Demiral in defense next season. That's a topic that I briefly talked about, but I will repeat and I will go a bit more in detail. For me, no. No, unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately, but no. I call them M&Ms. Like the chocolate. I don't know if it exists everywhere in the world, but I believe yes. So that's M&Ms. Why? Because it's Mary and Matas. Mary and Matas, I hope they will be the future defender of Juve for the next 10 years, but next year it's a bit too early for me. There are two young guys, I believe 20 for De Ligt and 22 or 23 for Demiral. They are young guys with not a lot of experience in Serie A. And today, if you see, they are both really aggressive, both really, really aggressive on the man. And one of them will need to calm down and be a bit more wise, like the Bonucci Chiellini. Chiellini was the aggressive one. Bonucci was a bit more the chill one, staying a bit back, analyzing the game. Also, the one that was distributing the game. It was a perfect pair, Bonucci Chiellini. Now, I believe today Demiral and the league, they are a bit too aggressive and young to start immediately from next season. I believe it can be from the middle of the season. This can be, guys. This is a possibility. So yes, more in the future, like January, February, that can be. I saw Fateh was saying he's 20. Yes, he's 20. I believe it will be in a few months. The birthday of the league. I think it was August that he will be 2021. Dan is saying, so again, thank you, Sanket. Really, I appreciate it. Dan is saying we can make turnover, let all the defenders play. I hope we don't have any injuries. So if you are speaking about next season, Dan, I know that a lot, but really a lot of how can I say, of coaches, they don't really like rotations in the center backs. You can rotate everywhere, in the strikers, in the fullbacks, in the middle. It's always a bit more difficult in the center backs. Why? Because those are the real pillars of your team, and they give you stability. So Eminem's perfect for Sari high defense technique. It's true. Huh? I agree with that. Huh? I totally agree. This season, I was lucky. Huh? I was lucky. You can't imagine, guys. Why? Because I saw them live in the stadium for 14 minutes. The only 40 minutes they played together versus it was Udinese or Udinese. So I was lucky that day. And then I went for Genoa also, where I saw Demirari was training at midnight alone in the stadium. There were no supporters anymore. I was still there, in the lounge with socials. I was looking at the stadium, empty stadium. I was watching Demiral running alone, training in a game that he didn't even play. What a crazy guy! I love him. Ciao Nader, did you miss any scoop? No, we talked about a lot of people. What did we? We talked about Serie A, about some ratings that I gave today in a video to explain a bit better. We talked. Oh, we have to go back to the shirts. I don't have to. We were about to talk about the shirt. We talked about Conte who was crying. That probably he want to stop training Inter. That it will be difficult because 11 million a year. It's quite heavy. Yeah, because they even still pay Spalletti, so that's hard. Um, the shirts, the first one, I'm still waiting that it arrive at home, but I love it. Yes, the only problem for me, guys, I don't know what, but the guys at Adidas, they have to. Uh, they have to work better, guys, because yesterday I was watching the television, and when you have the big lights, the spots on the players, you don't see the logo disappears. um, this is a problem, guys. This is really a problem, and also the lines are okay because they are not solid black lines. They are, brushed. The nice thing is every shirt is unique because the brushed lines, they are all different. They have the same position, but then the brush is different shirt by shirt. So if you buy a shirt and I buy a shirt, we will probably have different kind of line. So that's really something really nice. I like it. But the effect that you watch from far away from television, you really see too big white predominance. That's what I believe. So that's for the home. The blue, the dark blue one for the away, that will be soon available because they are always doing it in 3 steps. The color is beautiful. It's really special on the side because you have that brush thing on the side. I like it. There is just one thing, here. It's a kind of arc, because that's one of the sides of Adidas. I don't remember the name anymore. Something with Co 20. I don't remember anymore. But it's a style of Adidas, and I want to try that one first before buying it. But the color is really beautiful. With some white or silver details, really really nice. And you have also the name Juventus in the back, really small. And then you have the third one will be orange, flashy orange with black dots or camouflage things. I don't know, it's really strange for the third one, but it's so ugly that I love it. I will buy it because it's ugly and totally ugly. But I have no problem with Juventus doing ugly things or special things on a third shirt. Go have some fun, do crazy things. As long as you respect the home shirt, I'm happy with everything. But it's really ugly, yeah? And that's why I love it. Strange, I know. um Wait, because I missed a few questions. Allegri to Inter. Guys, paying Spalletti, paying Conte that has a salary of 11 millions, plus taking Allegri that had the last salary was 7.5, so he will probably ask more. Can you imagine a team like Inter paying nearly 25 million euro for trainers with two that are at home? That's a lot, huh? So I don't know. I don't know. But it can be, yeah, it can be. They are crazy. Yeah? We call them pazza. No, they call themselves pazza Inter. Pazza in Italian, that means crazy. They are crazy. It's true. They are able to do it, huh? Uh, Giuseppe, I have not able to watch, but I heard this kid is the real deal. Kulusevski, yes, he's really good. Kulusevski is really good, but please, guys, don't. Oh, and I will talk about Lyon for sure. I will do it. But Kulusevski is a beast. We missed a player like that. Let me go back to Kulusevski in a bit when I will talk about season 2021. I believe we can pair season 2021 with Mercato. But first, I want to talk about Juventus Lyon. Crucial games, guys. Crucial games. before I forget, I want to answer three quick questions because otherwise I will forget, and I will try to give also some time and interest to the people that are writing. Conte to Juve? No. Easy. Why? Because Agnelli is he has a lot of qualities, but one of his weakness is or his bad side is that it's someone that he doesn't forgive. He's really pissed off with Conte because he left us. How long now? 6 years ago, he left us from one day to another, and he was also speaking bad about Juve and so on. So no. Agnelli will not take Conte back. I know that Paratici and Nedved wanted him back, but Agnelli didn't. Absolutely not. So that forget about it. Michael is asking, how did you feel when you were relegated in Serie B? That's a long story, guys, but I will try to be short so that we can speak about the Lyon game. Um, Crazy. I made a video about Calciopoli, by the way. So you have to see it where I'm not speaking about my emotion, but about Calciopoli. But it was hard. It was hard because it was 2006. We were there were some rumors of crazy things when we were playing the last game. We lifted the cup with the red shirt. Uh, and it was a really strange period. We didn't believe at it in the beginning because they were always talking bad about Juve, about doping, and so on and so on. So we really didn't pay it too much attention. But then uh, the affair started to really big, and then even in the World Cup was going on. It was really strange moment because we had the story about Pessotto, player of Juve that tried to commit suicide. It was really, really strange. And when we went to Serie B, they wanted to kill us. They were even asking for us to go in the third division in Serie C. And when we went to B, I believe we had first 30 points. Then they took some points back. But uh, yeah, it was scary. I will not speak too much about that now today because otherwise we will do a live 1 hour just about how I felt about the Serie B. But one thing I can tell you, it's a funny thing, is I promised myself to never watch the Champions League anymore until Juventus would be back. So I didn't. I didn't for the one that we were in Serie B. I didn't for the second year. So for 2 years long, I didn't watch a single minute of Champions League. So yeah, yeah, that was a funny story. And to go back to what I promised you, Lyon. Crucial games, my friend. Crucial, the most important of the season. We have for Lyon, Toussaint. Toussaint is the player that scored versus us. He will not be there because he already went or he will go to Hertha Berlin, but he stopped playing with Lyon. So the guy that scored versus us will not be there. In the other way, they have Memphis Depay that is back from injury. He was not there. Normally, he would not have played versus Juve, and Juve is taking back Demiral. Demiral, I don't believe he will play because he only played like a few minutes versus Roma, so he's not ready, I believe, to play a game like the one of Lyon. Lyon is doing well. Sarri was surprised about their shape. He was thinking they were worse in physical shape, so he was surprised in a positive way. They did 0-0 versus PSG. PSG, a team that had no Mbappe. PSG was not the most spectacular one because also them didn't play a lot of games. But it was a bad game. It was a bad game with a low tempo, not a big game. Um, But they did 0-0. They did 0-0. They didn't concede versus Juve. They didn't concede versus PSG. So the team knows how to defend. They had like 4 months to prepare one game. They know better Juventus than Sarri knows Juve. Guys, it has to be said. So I hope we can go, but I try to be positive. I try to be positive that we will see a Juve with another mentality. I hope to see a game like we did versus Atletico Madrid. From a 2-0, we went to 3-0 with three goals, a hat trick from Cristiano Ronaldo. We know that the guy transformed himself in a positive way when he hear about the cup with the big ears. So I hope in that, because we will need him. Dybala. Some people were asking in the chat, "Do you have some news about Dybala today?" No, I don't know. Sarri was asking himself, um, or the question was asked to Sarri, and he said, "I don't know." And even if I know, I will not tell you. He want to make a surprise, so we will discover it the day before. Probably he will be on the bench. I can nearly guarantee that on the bench. I hope to see him for more, because Douglas Costa will not be there. And I saw a question about De Ligt. De Ligt, yes, he will be there for sure. He still has his problem with the shoulder. He rested the two last game of Serie A. Well, I think it was a correct decision. Really, really well done. Now he will be there. De Ligt, absolutely yes. Is Mo was saying that we have 40% chance of beating Lyon. Probably a bit more just beating Lyon, but guys, 1-0 we go to extra times. 2-1 we are out, because Lyon doesn't have to score. Otherwise, we will have to win 3-1, and that's difficult. So probably the chances of going through Lyon is 40%. That can be. That can be. It's hard. It's hard. We will do it, but hard. Hard because defensively we always concede, and in the front, if we don't have Dybala at 100%, if we don't have Douglas Costa, I don't believe Higuain will save us, because yesterday some people were criticizing me, or had some critics about me, because I said that Higuain had to go to Burger King's, and when he scored after 5 minutes, people were saying to me, "Yeah, but luckily he didn't go to Burger King's." Guys, the player is over. It's over. Look at him. He tried. I don't know if you saw a small video about him. He was making jokes at the celebration party. He wanted to give a kick to a player, kicking him for joking, and he had some difficulty to kick him because he's slow. The guy is slow. Don't forget, he scored 36 goals with Napoli. That player, it doesn't exist anymore. I like Pipita. As a human point of view, I like all of them. Rugani, De Sciglio, Khedira. I love all the players from the first day at Juve until the last day. So I don't speak personally, but if we speak really about sportive point of view, we have to be objective without being harsh, But Pipita has mental problems. Sarri always said it. He's really weak mentally. He didn't even want to go back because he was fearing. Then he has the problems with his mother, and I respect that a lot. But sportively, he doesn't run anymore. If he was on the field the last two games, it's because we had nobody else. He will not be enough to beat Lyon. Maybe, and then maybe he will contradict me, and maybe he will score two goals, and we will go through. But it's difficult. Allegri back to Juve. I hope not, Mr. Villain. I hope not. Really not. I will explain later why. But at first, I finish with Lyon. So a possibility. A 3-1 will be really hard. I hope we can do a 2-0, but also there without conceding a goal. It, it will be hard. It's a hard game, guys. It's a hard game. I believe in it, but it's a hard game. Yep. Lyon is good defensively. It's not the best team in the world. But on the other hand, if we are not able to win Lyon, guys, what are we going to do in Portugal to Lisbon? In Lisbon, playing to Manchester City, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG, whatsoever. If we are not able to beat Lyon, they finished seventh in the league in Liga. What are we going to do there? So that's my take on Lyon. I will start analyzing a bit more in the coming days. Um But yeah, I hope in the Atletico Madrid game. But don't forget, after the Atletico Madrid game, then we played versus Ajax. We drew 1-1. Or I don't remember. I don't remember the score, but at the end we were out of the game versus Ajax. So um, yeah, look, Niket is saying with our defense we have to we have to score three. Um, Allegri back to Juve. No, for me, I hope not. Everything can happen in life, but I hope not. Why? Because that means that we go back. We go back to something that we decided to stop. Because remember, I don't know if people has a short memory or not, but last year was a disgusting year. We won the league, yes, but we were out in Champions League versus Ajax. Don't forget the young Ajax from the league. We were out, and we decided to change mentality, change the way we win. Words of Paratici, and it's not Giuseppe, it's Paratici that said Juventus want to change the way we win. So I hope not. That would be really a big loss if Allegri come back. That means that Paratici and Nedved they are out because the sportive project didn't work. That means it didn't work. Uh, Not that I don't like Allegri. Pay attention. I like Allegri. He's here. You see him. He's here. Up. He's here. So I like Allegri, but I believe give some time, 3, 4, 5 years maybe, then I come back. But at the moment, no. And then my friend Sanket, who's already asking questions, which possible signing are you most excited about? Kulusevski is someone that makes me really curious. Absolutely, yes. Arthur is a perfect player of for Sarri. So I saw Ziggy Boy who was saying Sarri is the problem for Juve. We'll come back to that, but those two players for me, it's a big new start. A good start for Juve. Good start. Next season, I was doubtful about Rabiot and Ramsey that we took for zero. We gave them a high salary. This time, guys, we started really well. We started really well with two players that we needed. Kulusevski as a trequartista number 10, because that's what Sarri said. No, the paper said that Sarri has a phone call with Kulusevski, and the idea is to play him as a 10 behind the two strikers. That means that we will go back to a 4-3-1-2. Why the one? Because Sarri was playing like that at Empoli, and he tried to play like that with Juve, but Bernardeschi and Ramsey, they failed in that position. And even Dybala failed a bit in that position behind the two strikers. So 4-3-1-2 with Kulusevski to start there. If it's not working, we'll go back to a 4-3-3 with Kulusevski on the right. But it's a young guy. I don't want to put too much pressure on him. It's not the saver of Juventus, because that cannot be. But those are the good guys. Then, who am I excited about from the names I'm hearing? At the moment, to be honest, I don't hear a lot of names. Awar from Lyon. He's a player that, for me, would be perfect to close the trio of Bentancur, and I still see him as a playmaker like Pjanic was doing. Why? Because Bentancur is a lot more physical than Pjanic, so he will be able really to give a defensive support what Pjanic was not able to give. So that's one why Bentancur there, and two because he's really good with long balls. Then you have Arthur, that for me it's the perfect player for Sarri. Why? Because it's a guy that is quick in 1-2 passes. He has, I believe, the most. I saw some stats in Champions League, the most successful passes percentage wise. In terms of possession, he's really good in keeping the ball at feet. He's really chill and calm when he has some pressure on him, because he knows what to do with the ball. So that's really great. And he's also really good in anticipating position. So he knows where to place him to counter the opponent. So that's good. He's a bit weaker. I saw Rocco's comment who was saying the biggest sign is Giuseppe Bognanni. I will come back on that, Rocco, but ciao, Rocco. But Arthur, perfect player, but then we miss someone. We miss someone who's doing the work. The Matuidi with feet. That's someone we will miss because Matuidi is there, yes, but he has no feet. So who are we missing? A player like Awar, for example, defensive, really good, but also skillful with his feet. It's a player that we have. My dream would be, and Sanket, I reply, my dream would be a Paul Pogba. Why? Because he has that, but he has also the goals. And if you talk about Thomas Partey, for example, from Arsenal, really good. Also, Awar, really good, but they miss the goals. And if we go in a trio with Bentancur and Arthur only 4 goals. Bentancur, I think 1 or 0 this season. Uh, we need the goals from the defensive line. Someone that can break the lines. Awar is also good in penetrating. So we will have to. Those are the signing that excites me, Sanket. And then in the front strikers, I'm not excited about Milik. I'm not excited about Aubameyang. Nobody excites me in the names that I'm hearing. Uh, who is exciting me? Maybe Gosens from Atalanta. That's a player that can excite me. Gosens, uh, but 3 defense going to a 4 defense. That's a bit. I don't know. And then we have Luis. Thank you, Luis. Really, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Again, I don't ask for it, but thank you, Luis. Makes me pleasure. And if you want to ask a question, go for it. I will try to read it because I saw that there was a mistake. Your question was deleted. So if you have to put it on, Luis, I will read it for sure. And then my friend Rocco, who was saying, "Ciao Giuseppe, the biggest signing is Giuseppe Bognanni." One day, I hope that one day Juventus can sponsor a bit the channel, giving some shirts that I can give to the people in the chat. That would be awesome, awesome, really, really, really. Um, so no, um, the last time I played football, I was playing, and after 3 minutes, I needed a cigarette, like Sarri, Sarri, Zagnolo, Chesney, Buffon. All those players are smoking. I'm a bit like them, but I don't have the skills and the quality. So I would absolutely not be a good signing for Juve, Rocco. Uh, Paul Pogba, I don't think he will come back. No, it's difficult. Before, oh, sorry, sorry, Rad, Rad. I don't know why I forgot totally today about him, but yes, if there is one signing that I'm dreaming about, thank you, Rad, because that goes back to the question of Sanket here. Well, who am I the most excited about? Yes, it's him. It is Zagnolo. Zagnolo. Wow, what a player, guys! This is the player typically that we need. In everyone is saying it in the chat. And Dan, I want Zagnolo. Zagnolo, please. I hope that he comes. Uh, so many people are talking about him. I totally agree. What a player, Zaniolo. He came back from injury. It looks like he's even stronger. What a player. Ciao, Stefano. Good night, my friend. Was nice to have you there. The guys, I don't see him because people were saying, yes, but Giuseppe, we have already how is he called? Kulusevski. Zaniolo can play everywhere. I see him as a left midfielder, guys. He played there also at Roma. He's the guy that can take the ball alone, penetrate, going through the players. He's young. He's a Juventino. He has the heart. You know what I was saying in the beginning of the chat? The black and white, the blood. The guy has it. Speed, skill, a piece that is some guy is saying that in the chat. Absolutely, what a player. I'm yeah. If there is maybe one signing, if you give me money, you say Giuseppe, buy one player for Juve. Uh, in addition to Arthur and Kulusevski that we already have, it's him. What a team! Can you imagine Zaniolo, Bentancur, Arthur, under 23 midfield with so many years, with 10 years uh, ahead? Wow. Tagliafico, yeah, good one, but I didn't hear really a lot um, of him. Uh, Michael is answering the other Michael who was saying Donny van de Beek to Juve. He will stay a year more probably at Ajax. Yeah, um, and then I saw because I rushed to the comments. Um, do you think Pochettino would be Juventus next coach? I believe the decision has already been taken for Juve. I don't know what. Let's see. But I don't believe that Agnelli is not an impulsive guy, guys. He takes chill his moment. Let's see. Thiago Alcantara, I don't believe he wants to go to Juve. I don't think he wants to. Dest is closer to Bayern Munich. Thank you, Michael, for giving an update. But give you a patron here, please. I have no patron. I was thinking that patron was only for the sexy women that do striptease. I promise you, I didn't know because I'm not really used to patron and those kind of things. But I promise you, I was just thinking patron is for the sexy ladies doing stripping, and because they are not able to do it on Instagram or Twitter because they are banned, they are able to ask money for that on Patreon. But no, I don't believe I will start Patreon. My wife, I'm imagining my wife thinking that I'm doing striptease. Sorry, but thank you, Rad. Oh my God. Uh, Look, Grandpa Joe is saying that Grandpa is actually looking the same as me because I met him on Facebook. He added me on Facebook, and actually he's like me with a beautiful beard. He decided like me to shave his hair, so he's bald. Ciao, Grandpa. I'm really happy. We will have a cigarette together with Zaniolo, with Sari, and with all the other ones. That will be really nice. Uh, Stefano is saying prediction for Italian Serie A teams in Europe and Champions League. Uh, Atalanta winning over PSG. One game, they can do it. But we have to clarify that affair with, I think it's Ilicic. He had a problem with his wife because apparently he went back to Slovenia and he found his wife with another man. But then today I saw a picture of him with his wife. So things are okay, I believe, but it's not sure that he will come back to Atalanta. I hope so. Napoli had I believe, Insigne was crying because he had an injury, so I'm not sure he will be there for Barcelona. Barcelona jinxed it because they put on Twitter that there was a statistic that Napoli didn't lost, I believe, for the 27th last game away from their home. And Barcelona said, but yes, but they didn't came to the Camp Nou until now. So when you start to putting tweet like that, for sure you will be punished. That's for sure. So I don't know, guy. It's so strange. It's so strange. Also, Juventus playing with Lyon, a team that didn't play an official game except of the one versus Paris Saint Germain for so many months. PSG without Mbappe. Atalanta that is in a big form, but they lost versus Inter. So let's see. For sure they didn't care, but yeah. Let's see. It's really difficult. I cannot do some prediction now, and especially not for Juve, because when I'm doing prediction for Juve, then I'm bringing back luck. We will give Zaniolo la chouf. This was an amazing moment with Mo because Mo is doing all the videos with me, the pre-game videos. And last time he showed me the amazing goal of Zaniolo after his injury when he was running as a crazy alone, like from the midfield to the goal, and he scored. And I discovered something. It was like on the promo cards around the stadium, behind the goal where he scores, there was a really big promo about La Chouffe. La Chouffe is a beer, a Belgian beer. So I believe Zaniolo was seeing that promo and he ran so hard and so fast because he wanted the beer. Now it's not funny for sure, but at the moment when I was seeing it with the image, it was amazing. So Boga and Manuel Lucatelli will uh, were useful for Juve too. Yeah, Locatelli more than Boga. I will tell you why. And I made a dedicated video for to that for those two players when we played versus Sassuolo. I try to analyze it. Um, Locatelli good, but not as a starter, but to complete the midfield. Because if you have Bentancur, if you have Arthur, if you have Zaniolo, then you can have also Rabiot that can play on the left. And if you have Locatelli as a fifth, replacing Bentancur there can be great. Let's see. I believe Ramsey will go away. Um, I totally lost the line, guys, where we were. So now we are speaking about Mercato, about season 2021. We are speaking about a bit of everything. I saw the name of. You believe then in sometimes Zidane will train us, bro. I know that the dream of Zidane is to train France. Um, we are lucky that Europa League, the Euro 2020 will be in 21. So that means that Deschamps will stay 1 year more for sure. So if Zidane leaves Real Madrid now, why not? He can come to Juve and start that process. But I know that the big dream of Zidane is training um, France, his national team. I know that for sure. Uh, Deschamps will not stay forever at France, so maybe he's waiting that Deschamps go away to start with France before going to Juve. Otherwise, if there are opportunities there, he can maybe start with Juve and then go to France. I know that Zidane also he doesn't like too much stress pressure as a coach. He took cycles the last time of 3 years. Then it was too much for him. He took a year of being home, I believe. So he doesn't like too much. And I think a national team can be a really good solution for a player like that can enjoy private life and football together in the same time. Um, but yes, I see him at Juve one day. He has a really great relation with Juventus, with the city. He is also owning a few five-a-side fields in Torino. He has a really good relationship with Agnelli. So yeah, I see him. Adama Traore, what do I believe about him? He's good, huh? He's playing good. Now he was injured. Premier League, to be honest with you guys, I started to follow it a bit because I was playing a fantasy league, Premier League, but I don't know. I don't know. I know that it's really fast, that he has a really good physical presence. I don't know. I heard his name just one time with Juve, and then he was injured. So uh, look, Michael is saying we have already Kulusevski. Sarri is more skilled at chewing the butt of his cigarette than at his people management. Sarri is a disaster in people management. Absolutely. He's a real disaster. I know. Made a video about it when I started the channel. I think 1 month later, so the quality of sound is not super clear and so on. But then I made another video about it in a live where I explained the pyramid of Maslow. Um, and I change it. I transform it to Sarri. How to arrive to a passionate team, and where actually Sarri was making some mistakes. It's in one of my live Q&As about Sarri. Yeah? Um, Kroos, Arthur Bentancur, Rabiot, Ramsey, Locatelli è un bel centrocampo. Yes, it is a beautiful midfield. I heard about Kroos linked to Juve again. It's not the first time. I know that the player wants to retire quite young, so maybe trying a last adventure in another country can be something that will motivate him. Can be, yeah, can be Kroos at Juve. Uh, I would really see him there. Now, for me, it's impossible to have Kroos, Rabiot, and Ramsey all together. Why? Because the salary. Ramsey and Rabiot are taking 7 each. Rabiot even 2 million more for with bonuses. So I see it really difficult. At certain moments, guys, it's cool to sell and buy players doing 10 plus 10 plus 10 minus 10 plus 10 plus 10. It means that we have this. This is not really how it works. You have to see in salary, on profit, how many did you buy a player, how many did it still in your books, depreciation by year. So then it start to be really difficult to have all those big salaries at the same time. I believe Ramsey or Rabiot will leave. Huh? Raul Jimenez, a good one, but I will never want Juventus to pay 80 million euros for a player of 29 years old. That is not. It's not Lewandowski, guys. He's a good player, sure, not Lewandowski. 80 million euro, then you have to be the Gonzalo Higuain that just scored like 36 goals with Napoli. This okay, but then Raul Jimenez for 80 million, guys. I'm not so super confident with that one. Let's see, because it went a bit quick in the comments. We need speed in our attack. I believe someone like Kulusevski has a lot of speed. I don't really believe in big signing until the deadwoods are gone. And that was a comment that Michael was writing first. First, we have to sell and then we buy. And I totally agree with that. Why? Why? Because last year, that was one of our problems, guys. Last year, we signed the Ligt for 85 million euro, and then we started having a problem with selling players. Higuain didn't want to leave. Mandzukic, Khedira, Matuidi, Rugani, they didn't want to leave. Whatever proposition, they didn't want to leave. I believe Mandzukic had like 6-7 offers from big teams in Europe. He didn't want to leave. And this is a problem. And a lot of people are telling me, Giuseppe, yeah, Juventus is never believing in the young team in the under 23, because when we have a good player like Muratore or so on and so on, we sell them. Guys, try to understand. Selling, buying, okay? Not only, but selling, buying, if you want to buy, you have to sell. If your big players, they don't want to move, you stop the Mercato. But if you already bought the Ligt, the Miral, that means that you need still some money. And that's one of the reasons why you start selling some players like the young team, because the money has to come from somewhere. So that's why we sell. And I believe now you see the discussion ongoing with a Khedira, for example. They are trying to stop his contract. Juventus doesn't want to make the mistakes from the past, mistakes that were made a lot of time by Pepe Marotta, because I see a lot of bad comments towards Paratici that it was his fault, that the team was not complete for Sarri and so on and so on. Guys, calm down, because Paratici has always done an excellent job, but when you take a job as a responsible for the first year, you have to deal with the past. past promises that has been made, and so on and so on. So it's not his fault that Khedira, Mandzukic, all those players, De Sciglio are there at Juve. It's not his fault that those players received extensions and their contract. So we have to pay attention to that. But I totally agree, Michael, that first we will have to sell before signing. I totally agree. We need Aland. Yeah, Erling is a good one. But he disappeared a bit in big games I saw in Bundesliga, but for the rest, he's always there. What a beast, young player, amazing. Unfortunately, we were not able to buy him when he was playing in the strange team. I don't remember the name of the team. Um, so it's a pity. It's a pity. We would have used him now, especially in Champions League where we'll need him. So yeah, it's a pity. Now he will stay 1 year more with Dortmund. The year after, why not? I believe he has a clause of 75 million. So Ramsey has to go. It's not worth 1-2 million per season. I agree, Dan. For me, I gave an award also to him from the biggest flop. So not the worst player that I gave to Rugani, but the biggest flop. What is flop? A player that I believed in. I had a lot of expectations, even if I knew, and we all knew, that he had some injury prone history. He was injured and he is injury prone, but big flop for the money he earns. A lot. He has to leave. Yeah. Yeah. Will we be able to find a club that will be as stupid as Juve? And this is, for example, a mistake of Paratici giving 7 million to Ramsey. That is, for me, a big mistake. Even if it was pushed by Allegri, if you're sportive director, Ramsey, nobody gave you, like a gun on their head to say sign him. You proposed him 7 million. So it was a bet. For me, too big of a bet when you do a Rabiot and Ramsey at the same time for the same money. Sarri, if could be ever Juve coach, will prefer Milik, Jorginho, and Emerson Palmieri, said during various interview. It's true because he's confident about those players. He knows them because he trained them. So I know. If I made a video also about that, rating Milik, why Juventus would go for Milik instead of a big striker, why Jorginho. I understand then that you go for the people that you trust. This year he was in a team where half of the team was not giving his trust, was not respecting him. So more players you have around you. Ooh, sorry guys. Oh shit, it's already 1 hour 27. I have to stop the live. Normally it's always 1 hour. We are here since 1 hour 30. Speaking about Juve, crazy. But I'm training for the post Champions League. If we win the Champions League, for the people in the chat, we go we start after the celebration, and then we go until all night long, until that the sun rise up in Europe again. So we go for a 6, 7, 8 hour long live. I will do it. But yeah, it makes sense. How more players you have around you, or how more power you have in the team. It makes sense. I understand it. Maggi was great in selling. We sold Zidane and both Nedved, Thuram, and Buffon with the same money. Maggi was a king of the Mercato. That's also one of the things why Calciopoli was born, because he had too much power. The guy was miles above everyone. Ciao, some guy. Really happy that you were here. Buonanotte. And I'm also about to close, guys. But Moji was great in selling. We sold it on. Yeah, in 2000, that was really beautiful. A beautiful story. Because do you guys know the story about Nedved? I love that story. But before explaining the story of Nedved, and then I will close after Nedved's story, guys. If you want to, please subscribe to the channel if you never did. We are trying to do a lot of things with the channel. So if you can, That would be nice. And liking the video. That's really important. Liking the video. And I saw that we just passed the 1,271 people that are giving me the trust about talking about Juve. Thank you, guys. So the story about Nedved, I love that story, guys. Uh, Actually, Nedved didn't want to come to Juve. He didn't want to because he was good in Roma. He loved Lazio because he was playing at Lazio at the time. He loved Lazio, the city of Roma, Italy, chill guy. He was settled there with his family and so on. And Moggi called him and they wanted to sign him, especially because we already sold Zidane, but nobody knew, guys, because that was one of the tactics. You know, selling a player that you are sure that you will have the incomes, but in big secret, so that you have the you can negotiate other players. Because if people know that you have sold a player for 200 millions, for example, I'm inventing numbers, but then for sure they will ask to a bigger price for the players that you are looking for, because they know that you have a lot of money. So Moji said nothing, it was all confidential, and he said, come to Juve, come to Juve, come to Juve. Nedved said, no, 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 I don't want to, I don't want to. But at a certain moment, Maggi said, look, come to us. We will explain you in detail the plan. You will make a walk. You will see why we are really interested in you. And if you want to, we can book a plane for you, a private jet. We will say nothing to nobody. So it will be a big, big secret so that nobody knows that you ever came to Torino. Um, and it will be a big secret so that if you don't want to sign or if you don't want to come to Juve, you can go back to Roma and there will be no problem. And at that moment, Nedved said, okay, because he was polite, and he said, okay, I will come to Torino. I will discuss with you in big secret. And that's what he did. He took the plane. But Moggi, what did Moggi at that moment? That's amazing, guys. He called the press, not a lot of journalists, but some journalists that he knew. He called them and he said, Nedved will be in Torino today to talk with Juve. So you want an exclusive news, make sure that you are there at that moment, at that time. I don't know if you know that story, guys, but it's really hilarious. When Nedved arrived, he saw all those people, and it was done. Moji arranged also, a tour to the golf parkour, because he knew that Nedved was a big fan of golf, and he was trying to charm him. Plus the fact of the papers, because we talked about it earlier in the chat, but Roma is a passionate city. When the supporter of Lazio, when they knew that he went to Torino, they were crazy, making a bit chaos about it. And that's how actually Moggi was able to sign Nedved, because the support of Lazio didn't like him anymore, because the news leaked, even if it was not really done yet. But amazing strategy. So I hope you like that story. For the people that never heard about it, that's how we signed Pavel Nedved, our vice president. Um, this was it. So, Stefano, last question for you. It's strange that Sarri don't think about to say to Paratici Cavani. He trained Cavani at Napoli, and Cavani will be happy to find him at Juve, at Vinova. Yeah, it's true. Cavani should be a real good player. Also, Cavani is asking a lot of money, guys. Asking a lot of money can be a good solution for 1 year. Why not? I don't know. I believe Juventus want to rejuvenate the team. So, Dan, good night. Forza Juve, as always. I was happy again, and that's the problem. I start with a live for 1 hour. I don't know what to say, so I try to write down Mercato, and at the end, I'm always scared that I will be there for like 20 minutes without knowing what to say. And thanks to you guys who are here for 1 hour 33. Ciao, my friend AJ. I hope that you will be there after the Champions League win, so that we can do all night long live from midnight to 7 o'clock a.m. Ciao, Mo. Ciao Davide, ciao Stefano, ciao Niket, ciao Chicken from the beginning to the end. Some guy already left. Ciao Lars, really happy to see you here. Um, and I will answer really fast because Lars is a new one on the channel, at least in the chat. Why not give Pellegrini a chance? I think we will give him a chance, but don't forget, Pellegrini didn't have a fantastic season at Genoa or Cagliari. Sorry, he will play with us. He will be the sub of the number one, Alexandro or another. But don't expect from Pellegrini to be the saver. I don't believe that. But he's a good player. Good night to Fino alla fine, to Stefano, suspected crab, also him from the beginning to the end, and to all the people in the chat. And I will finish with the last one with Sapto, who's saying, Ciao Giuseppe, thank you for all your information. Sapto, it's a pleasure. It's a real pleasure. Really, 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 really. Kurdi, the live will be on replay. Sorry, I did it for 1 hour 34 now. But next time, put the notification ring on. You will see when I will be live. Ciao, Francisco. Ciao, Michael. Ciao to all of you. Ciao. Grazie, forza. Juve. Heads to Lyon. Heads to Lyon.